golly, man, we got two new players to talk about. One most fans probably know a little bit about, and one player that most fans probably haven't heard of before. The first is wide receiver Willie Snead. The 49ers moved on from Tazier Mack and brought in a veteran. And this is kind of what happens every single year when you get to training camp. Um, you go with high upside early and inexperienced and drafted free agents. You want to see the ceiling and all those things. But as camp starts to draw to a close, we have a little bit less time for the learning swing of things, the learning curve. And so you're going to bring in veterans that are going to be able to step in and be able to participate if you need to. Now, this is not going to be the last two moves. Trust me on that. This is where you start to cycle the back end of the roster. Now, why do you do that? Tazier Mack, for example, who just got released, he could come back. There's no doubt about it. But instead of just having, right, you have 90 players right now. You got to keep 53 plus another 16 on your practice squad. So, instead of those 70 players only, what happens is you start to cycle through and you build your familiarity with your system from 70 players. You're at 90, you're going to cut down to 70, but 90 to 100, right? So it just gives you a larger pool. Worst case scenario, emergency situation, you lose three wide receivers, whatever. You bring guys like Tazier Mack back. That's the whole plan. So who's Willie Steed? What do we know about him? He's accomplished a lot in his career. Undrafted free agent, played at Ball State, which I love. At 5'11", 200 pounds, Willie Snead. He's 29, about to be 30 years old, veteran guy, and he's played a lot. He was with New Orleans Saints for 3 years, Baltimore for 3 years. Last year was on the Panthers and the Raiders. Never put up 1,000-yard season, but got close several times. His best season, his rookie year, stepped in with Drew Brees and just hit the ground running. 69 catches, nice. 984 yards, 3 touchdowns. The following year, 72 catches, 895 yards, 4 touchdowns. And never really replicated much more than that. But did play with Lamar Jackson. So he's played with mobile quarterbacks. He's played with, pocket quarterbacks. He's got a lot of experience. Just kind of a sure-handed wide receiver that's not great at anything. Jack of all trades type of a guy that could catch on. Do I have him making the roster? I do not. But these are the type of players that you want to be able to step in, especially with the inexperienced quarterback. You got an inexperienced quarterback and inexperienced wide receivers. That's where things can kind of get complicated. And small mistakes can turn into very, very big mistakes. Now,